What is man? What makes one human? The question of our identity is a fundamental one. Who we are determines why we are, and therefore what we do. It is also a question that has been staring us in the face for the entirety of our existence. The asking of what comes immediately with the recognition that there's a what to begin with. The nature of human experience and its mystery inspired the very first institutions of reason and education, from the Greeks on. Plato proposed his solution, a featherless biped, as simple as that. That would be the end of the discussion if not for Diogenes and his formerly feathered poultry friend. Scientific advancement identifies humans of the genome Homo sapien, but fails to address the non-biological aspects of humanity. Love, hope, compassion, cognition, the like. Ethicists and philosophers endlessly bicker over the source of man's value and purpose, if one exists at all, and explanations often fall short into arguments of subjectivity. It seems we have trouble defining ourselves on our own. But of course we do. Does a chair define itself as a chair? Bear with me. Conjure in your head the image of a chair. I picture the standard four-legged plastic chair, and it would be easy to apply this definitionally. But you may imagine something different. A three-legged stool, a wheeled office chair, a comfy, plush, reclinable sofa. All different in form and design, yet all in essence chairs. It may seem fair then to call a chair anything you sit on. But here are some other things you might sit on. A box, a desk, a thumbtack. Clearly, you can sit on practically anything, but not everything is a chair. Instead, the definition of a chair relies more on its purpose. A chair is anything that is meant to be sat on. Who determines whether or not something is meant to be sat on? The builder of the chair. At the end of creation, God created man in his own image. In his own image he created him, male and female he created them. Genesis 1:27. Above the earth, the waters, the plants, the beasts, the powers, the principalities, the rest of creation, we are bestowed with the image of God. That is what man is. Matthew 22 states that the greatest commandment is this: love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. The second is like it: love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and prophets depend on these, or in other words, all the revelations of God. Love here being agape, the highest form of care and intimacy, to know completely. That is why man is. As a chair is a chair because it is meant to be sat on, a human is a human because we are made to love. First God, then others. That is what we are meant to do. If this definition and meaning is so clear, why then is this age so deranged? As Percy states, why has man not the faintest idea of who he is and what he is meant to be doing? Well, when a chair tries to be a screwdriver, it becomes a pretty sucky screwdriver and a pretty sucky chair. As a result of our proclivity to sin, we search externally rather than transcendentally for our value, basing humanity on what we do, what others think, what is for the greater good, or, most dangerously, what makes us happy. I'm no longer defined by the imago Dei. Now I am an athlete. I am an academic. The statement I am becomes superficial. So when we inevitably fall short from our expectations of what we are, or achieving that arbitrary goal fails to fulfill us in the way Christ does, we become disillusioned, depressed, deranged. We may get all A's, yet fail at life. While this tendency to be a screwdriver has always existed, there's been a weaponization of modernity. It has now become archaic to believe in God. And materialism grows more and more prevalent as science debunks Christianity. As C.S. Lewis describes and unintentionally predicts in his Abolition of Man, there is a large academic effort to detach man from his spiritual aspects. How else would you expect a chair to act if it has been convinced it is a screwdriver from early ages of chair school? It is in the face of the increasingly prevalent secularism that a Christian education such as the Baylor's Honor College shines. In this deranged age of unfocus, Baylor focuses in on and magnifies Jesus, the only true meaning and purpose. I'm currently applying to the honors program and am also greatly interested in the great text major. Of course, these are the pinnacle of academic excellence, with hands-on and in-depth learning that allows a level of interaction and development not found anywhere else. But also, Through seminars, small groups, and one-on-one teachings, students get to investigate the human experience through biblical truths and literary analysis. This blends perfectly with the Christian mission. It sets aside the knowledge alone aspects Lewis feared and brings together a Christian community that recognizes they are in fact chairs. These aspects let us explore what it means to be a chair, how to be a chair properly, and how to teach others to be a chair. Right now, I want to be a pastor. That is what I feel the Lord is calling me to do. Now, what is a pastor if not someone who teaches others how to be human and helps them through that process? What is a pastor other than someone who teaches and trains other chairs? Now, as big of a question as this is, and as big of a process as this is, I want to be best equipped for the work of Christ as I can be. This distinctly Christian education Baylor offers will allow me to do exactly that. By covering multiple schools of thought, literature, theology, and beyond, it will not only teach me what it means to be a chair, to be human, but also help me then go on and serve others, reminding them and myself what we are and why we are here, to love God with everything we have and to love each other.